Hi guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sade. I am more well known on Instagram at MyThrivingOn. I will have a link down below. This is my very first YouTube video, which I'm super excited about. For those of you who don't know what I talk about, I'm very into the whole health and wellness genre. I talk about self-love, I talk about self-worth, I talk about things like intuitive eating, being on a plant-based diet and a vegan lifestyle. I talk about my weight loss journey and just continue to talk about my fitness journey. I'm very into the whole wellness aspect of life, simply feeling your best internally and externally. So I wanted to make this YouTube channel just to kind of share my story and maybe help other women who haven't put themselves first and haven't really thought about their mental health and their overall well-being because maybe they're busy or they have a business that they're running or they have a family that they have to look after. Self-love is not selfish. Mental health should always be put first, and there are so many ways to just increase your overall well-being throughout your day-to-day life. So for my first ever YouTube video, I wanted to start off by talking about my weight loss journey because that is truly what kicked off my whole mental health lifestyle and self-love lifestyle. It was that starting point for me. I hit a very low in high school and my first year of college, and it took a lot of nurturing and just research to learn what makes me happy and what makes me feel my best inside and out. And through that, I was able to lose 60 pounds over the span of 2-ish years, 3 years on a new kind of like diet, and 2 years of changing up my physical fitness. So before I go on and talk about the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way when it comes to a weight loss journey, I just want you to make sure that you are here for the right reasons. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to lose weight to be happy. I don't want people to feel like they have to lose weight in general. If you're loving the skin that you're in, that's absolutely amazing. For me, I was not able to do so when I was at my heaviest weight. I just felt horrible internally, and that ended up affecting everything externally. So if you're looking at this video wanting to lose weight because you feel like it will make you look better, because if you feel like it will grab people's attention and maybe you'll get a boyfriend or a girlfriend from it, or because you're going on vacation and you really want to lose as much weight as possible to look good in that bikini, I want you to stop this video and really take some time internally. Really think, if I lose X amount of pounds, am I really going to be happier? Because a lot of the times that answer will be no. Your physical appearance should not determine your worth. Your physical appearance should not determine your happiness. A lot of the times we gain a lot of weight or we lose a lot of weight because something's going on internally, because we're not feeling our best mentally, and that is affecting every aspect of our life. If you're really interested in learning about self-love and just listening to your body and intuitive eating, I do have a website, www.mythrivingon.org, and on that website I have a self-love guide. It's a beginner's one, and it really just talks about why your mental health affects every aspect of your life, and there is an entire chapter that talks about how it affects your physical health and how your feeling internally is going to affect if you're gaining a lot of weight, if you're losing a lot of weight. It plays a huge role in your everyday life. So if you are really interested, then I will leave a link down below to that so you can check that out. And right now I'm actually having a sale for 15% off your purchase, and it's selling right now at $15, but with 15% off you'll get it for around $13. So it's super affordable and it's just really helpful, and I've heard a lot of good feedback from so many people. So if you are interested, again, I will leave the link down below. Alright, so let's get into my weight loss journey. So the highest I weighed myself at was 230, and that was 230 pounds, and that was before my freshman year of college. Now at my freshman year of college, the first semester, I actually gained, I believe, like 15 to 30 pounds, meaning that I was at like the 250, 260 range. I never like weighed myself during that time, but I just knew I gained a lot of weight because you could see in the pictures, I was in a really bad place and I was treating my body poorly and I was eating out every single night. I would pick up a whole thing of pizza and I would eat it in my room. I would cry about it and then I'd get more food, because during that time food became a comfort item for me during times of stress. And now I'm around 190. I've been going back and forth between 190 and 193 exactly for whatever reason, and I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly comfortable where I am. I'm loving the skin that I'm in. I'm loving my fitness journey and what I've been doing on a day-to-day basis. I'm loving the amount of times that I'm going to the gym. I'm loving what I'm eating and my diet habits, and I'm just at a much better place. So the first major change that I made into my lifestyle was giving up soda and giving up super sugary drinks. Growing up, I just became very accustomed to having soda with nearly every single meal. I could easily finish 1 liter to 2 liters of soda. It became a really bad problem for me, and it was negatively affecting me. For me, I'm someone who doesn't believe in restriction, and it's just worked for me, and I've been able to find this balance naturally with my body when it comes to eating food. But back then, I saw certain foods and certain drinks as treats. Became very addicted and had it all the time, and it was just my drink of choice. What was water? I didn't know her. So I knew that in order to become happier, I needed to give this thing up. I was too dependent on it. It would make or break my day depending on if I had soda. And I don't need food and I don't need drinks to be that for me. I don't want them to determine who I am or how I feel about myself. And so I had to give this thing up. So I gave up soda and I gave up sugary drinks just naturally. And I started drinking seltzer. It was a healthy alternative. It was an alternative that made me feel so much better. I was still able to get that carbonation that I really liked without like the sugar rush that I would get. And when it comes to sugary drinks, they're just too sweet for me now, like juices. The only juice that I have on a regular basis is orange juice with my breakfast, and that's just a choice that I like. But when it comes to other sugary drinks, I'm just not that, I don't crave them just because I haven't had them in forever. But typically I really like just unsweetened things like iced tea. With coffee, I never put sugar in it. And I think what really kick-started that was giving up soda. I don't want you to think that you have to restrict everything from your life. I was able to lose 60 pounds, still having donuts, still having cookies, still having ice cream, still having cakes and pizza and all that stuff that I wanted whenever I wanted. I was still able to lose weight and do that. I never wanted to eat something or to drink something that would actually make me feel worse. And time again, fast food did that for me, and soda did that for me. So I was happy to give them up. I didn't feel like I was forced to give them up, and there's a big difference between the two. So if you're someone who's also very addicted to sugary drinks, or you're super addicted to soda, I would go ahead and look for some alternatives. There are tons of alternatives, and please understand that it is going to take time. Your body's not going to be able to get used to this change in your diet like that. You have to be patient. But when it comes to your weight loss journey, think about those food items or those drink items that you feel that you're dependent on, and really evaluate it. Do you want to be dependent on this food item? Do you want it to make or break every single aspect of your life? If your answer is no, start looking up some alternatives that could still satisfy you, but you don't feel like is making your day worse. For me, soda and fast food was making my day a lot worse, and so I was happy to look up different alternatives for myself. So the second big change that I made into my life is I went vegan. May of 2016 was the day that I went completely vegan, diet and all, and it was the best decision of my life. I was able to heal my relationship with food. I no longer went to food for comfort. I no longer looked at food as calories. I started looking to food as nutrients, and there's a big difference. I didn't feel like I had to restrict any items. I didn't feel bad for eating certain foods, and I listened to my body. Going plant-based just started making me look at food so differently, because you're constantly hearing, are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough of this vitamin, that vitamin? And instead of looking at food as calories, I had to research, okay, which foods are going to give me the source of vitamin A, or which foods are going to give me the source of vitamin K. I had to look at food as fueling my body, and it caused me to forget about all of the pain that I believed was associated with food, like weight gain or acne or headaches, etc. I completely understand not everyone wants to go vegan, and I'm not going to push anyone to go vegan. All I'm saying is start looking at food completely differently. Stop looking at food as calories, as weight gain, as high blood pressure, as all of these negative associations, and start looking at food as fuel. Look at food as nutrients, as ways to heal your body rather than hurt your body. Once I started changing my mindset, I loved having those healthier foods. It just naturally came. I love having smoothies. I love having salads. I love having like multi-grain bread. I love chia seeds and flax seeds and adding them into my oatmeal and knowing that I'm adding so much nutrients in there. I just get excited to eat because I know it's going to do good for my body. I no longer am forcing myself to wait a couple hours so that I just don't eat a lot, or forcing myself to restrict certain foods because they're going to make me fat. I stopped doing that because I started looking at food differently. So if you don't want to go vegan, if you're not interested in the plant-based lifestyle, just start reevaluating your relationship with food. Start asking yourself, what is food to me? Is it something that's good, or is it something that I dread thinking about? Now, the final big change that I made into my life was working out in my relationship with fitness. Back in the day, when I was in high school, I had this belief that you had to do tremendous amounts of cardio in order to lose weight. I thought you had to force yourself to go to the gym 6 days a week and only take one rest day at most. I thought you had to force yourself to do workouts that you hated, that didn't motivate you, and that didn't make you feel good, when in reality, that is far from the truth. I fell in love with weightlifting. It's something that brings me joy. It's something that makes me feel strong, makes me feel athletic. And I've made subtle changes, like incorporating HIIT sometimes, or maybe I want to start doing more supersets, or maybe I want to start someone's training guide. I've done that a lot, but at the end of the day, I always ask myself, does this type of working out make me feel good? If the answer is no, I start something new and I change it up and I listen to my body and I listen to how I'm feeling. A lifestyle. It's not a 30-day Beachbody program. It isn't restrict, and then 2 weeks later lose a bunch of weight and then go ahead and binge eat all those foods you've restricted. It takes time. You know, something my dad always told me is, you didn't gain the weight in 30 days, so you're not going to lose the weight in 30 days. It's just not possible, and it's not healthy. Not healthy to your mental health, and it's definitely not healthy to your body, because you're putting yourself through strenuous amounts of activities and extreme restrictions in order to reach those goals. So when it comes to creating your workout regimen, I want you to think about all of the different avenues that you can take. Going to the gym should be exciting. Of course, there's going to be moments where you're not motivated and you are going to have to push yourself and use that mental toughness. But overall, you shouldn't have this relationship with the gym where you constantly want to avoid it. Don't be afraid to try new things out. For me, I love weightlifting, but I've also tried workout classes. I love changing it up and adding workout classes. I love changing up my days and what I'm focusing on and targeting, and I love doing workout programs. So right now I'm doing the Tone and Sculpt app. I'm actually an ambassador with them, which is very exciting. But I've been loving it because every like 4 to 5 weeks, I think 4 weeks, your workout split is changing and she's adding new workouts for you, so you're not getting bored. Just listen to your body, listen to your mental health, and trust yourself, because you know the best path for you. At the end of the day, you know who you are, and you know what excites you, and you know what gets you motivated and what makes you happy. So listen to that voice in there, because that voice is telling you the right thing to do. I feel like social media and a lot of mainstream media is making us believe that we have to act a certain way, be a certain way, and look a certain way, when in reality you don't. You need to do what's best for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope these tips were very helpful for you. If you are on your weight loss journey, I'm super excited for you. If you're not and you're just wanting to support me, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you. There are so many amazing videos that I'm planning for this channel. I'm so excited to start this new chapter in my life. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I post almost every single day. I'm constantly posting on my story. Go ahead and give it a follow. I will have a link down below to it. I love you all so much, and stay thriving.